Well, the ANC have officially announced Toko Didize as the Tshwane mayoral candidate. The announcement was made by the party's Deputy Secretary General Jesse Duarte yesterday. The party announced most of the candidates for the country's major metros over the weekend, but Tshwane was not one of them. Our reporter Simpiwe Ngomazulu brings you the story.
After much anticipation, the African National Congress has finally announced Toko Didize as its Tshwane mayoral candidate. Her victory comes after a fierce factional competition within the region. The announcement was made by the party's Deputy Secretary General, Jesse Duarte.
The intervention was unanimously accepted by the REC, and Comrade Toko Didize is thus the ANC mayoral candidate for the city. Comrade Didize is a senior and seasoned leader of our movement with extensive experience in governance. Her nomination for mayoral candidacy demonstrates our commitment to strengthening the capacity of leadership at local government level across the board.
The former Public Works Minister's success now leaves out fellow contestants, Tshwane Regional Chairperson Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, as well as his deputy Mapiti Matsena.
We are confident that once elected by the people of Tshwane, she will continue to build on the solid foundation laid by Comrade Kgosientsho Sputla Ramokgopa and his collective over the last 5 years.
Ramokgopa says his defeat will not discourage him from the party. The party also spoke against the killing of an ANC member, which is alleged to be over a factional disagreement where the announcement was scheduled to take place.
A member of the ANC passed away and several others were injured. The ANC condemns this behavior in the strongest terms and will act decisively where it is proven that any of our members were responsible for the shooting. We send our deepest condolences to the family and friends of our comrade who passed away. His name will not be made public by us until we are sure that his next of kin have been properly notified. May his soul rest in peace.
Come August, the impact of the latest nominee in the hotly contested Tshwane Metro will be best seen at the polls. Simpiwe Ngomazulu for ANN7.
Well, we're now joined on the line live this morning by Tshwane Mayor spokesperson Blessing Manale. Blessing, good morning to you. Obviously, huge concerns of what's happening in Tshwane at the moment. We've heard that Mayor Ramokgopa has asked for calm in the area. Have you got any further developments on what has transpired overnight?
Well, indeed, it's a very disturbing situation in Tshwane. What has happened last night is that, except the destruction of more than 10 buses of PATCO, 2 buses of the city, numerous of our vehicles overturned, and a few of our employees are hospitalized. The situation is calm, but we suspect that there might be those that will try to disrupt workers as they go to work in the morning now. We are calling on the SAP as the Metro Police to calm and stabilize those that will be protesting. But the executive mayor will go out on a road show today with members of his political party to explain to communities the internal processes and ask them to accept the outcome, but also continue to assure them that should the ANC re-win Tshwane, they'll still have the best to serve them. That is what he'll do the whole day today.
Now, Blessing, we do know that yesterday, after the announcement of the mayoral candidates, there were threats of violence. We also saw sporadic acts of violence take place during or before those announcements. Do you think that Tshwane was better or good enough prepared, rather, for these sort of violent incidents to take place, as there were reports that it would take place?
Well, I think that we've always been prepared for some unsatisfaction in government, and I cannot speak on behalf of the party. But I must say that we never expected that level of ill discipline to take place in our streets. This being an area of mainly young people, students, literate persons, we expected people to understand the process, to understand what's happening. Well, we expected people might blockade here, might threaten to boycott elections, but we never thought that it would go into a semi-full war in such a short period of time. So we are very embarrassed, actually, as the city and as where everyone else looks upon to see some maturity.
Blessing, what is this has shown is there's clearly factions within the ANC in Tshwane. Do you guys have any ideas as to who these people might be that are causing this and causing this destruction?
Well, I mean, the information we've seen, and just out of what people shout and they say, there seem to be groups that is not even about factions. Now, these are basically groups of people that say that we want someone that has to come from Tshwane. But I think that the ANC Secretary General explained it yesterday as to where the current nominee comes from. So we think that, of course, it's a perpetuation of those factions. But most importantly, it is people just wants to be disruptive and not take the sanctity of the election period the way it deserves. So it's a mixture of that and a mixture of spoilers. And we believe that the ANC can talk to its members. It is for the security services to go and find these other planted third forces that are perpetuating this violence, because we believe that the people that are doing it don't really care about what it will cost, and that's why we think that they are more criminals than just political members.
Blessing, is there any idea with regards to the amount of damage that has been done?
Well, I mean, we were already speaking into more than 20 million rand. If you look into just the buses and the bridges burned, I mean, the three townships in Hammanskraal, in Mamelodi, and in Assaghville, we're already looking into more than 20 million just in the vehicles alone. And we have not even started looking into the buildings, the disruption of services, the repairs and the maintenance. So it's huge amounts that we need for service delivery.
One last question to you, Blessing. The mayor himself, he must be, how's he feeling about this? He must be feeling devastated at what's happened here over the past 24 hours. Is he positive about the future of the municipality, the future of Tshwane? How's he feeling right now?
Well, I mean, he's very unhappy about what has unfolded in the last 24 hours. But he believes that the foundations of the capital city were laid down before these things happened. And what is happening now, people might be taking down the windows and the walls, but the foundations of a better city has been laid for the last 5 years. And he's confident that people will regain sanity and there'll be stability in the next. I mean, his target is to make sure that by the end of today, everything is back to normal. Everyone has accepted the situation, and we're focusing on fair competition.
Blessing, just one final question from me. Let's expand a little bit on the bone of contention and whether there is any plans for the mayor to go forward and address the residents of the Tshwane area and speak to them about what their issues are and the way forward.
Well, he will be talking to a lot of people today. He will speak to academics. He'll address the communities via radio, where he can physically be there, just noting that he'll go. And he's not going to do it. He's saying that it is a collective decision of the ANC. And he's bringing in the entire leadership of the region to support him as he comes down communities. And he believes that if he continues to show a united front and communicates as one, as the ruling party, he should be able to make people understand. And he's confident that if he reaches out and he's doing that today, we should have some calm.
Blessing, thanks very much. We always appreciate you chatting to us here on ANN7. Blessing Manala, their spokesperson for Mayor Kgosientsho Ramakgopa, just updating us on the latest situation there, confirming that a number of Patco buses and Autopax buses have been destroyed overnight. Over 12 at this point. There was a reported number of 19 buses. So just be aware if you're traveling on those buses, if you do travel on those buses, be aware that there could be delays and further outbursts and outbreaks of violence this morning, possibly expected to disrupt travel in the area. We'll keep you up to date with any delays in those areas. Let's go now then to Isaac Mahamba. He's a Metro Police spokesperson. Isaac, good morning to you. Appreciate your time. Are we expecting more delays traffic-wise? Where should people be concerned today?
Morning and good morning to your viewers. Definitely, it's not well around Tshwane this morning. We expect delays.
Where are we expecting delays?
As I mentioned, all the townships that are leading into the CBD, there is problems. We can mention that, for instance, when you come into CBD from Soshanguve Mopani, at Block XX, there's blockage there. From Harankua at old the old Bundu Inn Road, there's also delays there. That road is completely closed from Mamelodi, Mahube Valley, and Denepom, Zamaya Street into CBD. It's completely closed from Mamaskral. Can mention R101 and Molefe Makinta Road leading into the CBD. That road is also completely closed. As I'm saying, all the streets that are leading into CBD this morning, we have problems. And we just received reports again that now at Stingwater in Amaskral, 2 buses have been burned and a truck. And we just received another report that in Hebron, just near to Harankua area, another buses there were burned. We are sending our motor police officers just to establish, or to confirm those reports. We are saying to the motorists, they should be extra careful for today. It's quite hectic when coming into Tshwane.
Isaac, you speak of multiple buses being burnt. Are we expecting issues with public transport and the bus services as well because of that?
We expect that. Remember, since last night, the buses are the ones that have been targeted, and it gives us a concern to the taxis specifically that are transporting kids to school, that are transporting our community to work environment. We are worried about that because, as I mentioned, that we see that the trend is to target the transport industry. Hence, we are putting cautions to say all the kids, all the people that are traveling, using buses to work, they should be extra careful for the day. They should inform their work environment that they might be delayed, or if possible, they should make other arrangements for the day. It's quite hectic, and we are a bit worried.
Isaac, is there a plan of action if violence does continue this morning?
Yes, we have an agent meeting this morning, all the law enforcement agencies, just to come up quickly to establish a plan. What is that we need to do? But that doesn't say that while we are having a meeting, we are not deploying. We are deploying all those areas, but we as management will sit down just to establish what is the quick way forward that we can assist the communities around Tshwane.
Well, thank you very much, Isaac, for your time this morning. Appreciate you chatting to us. Isaac Mahamba there, Tshwane Metro Police spokesperson, just chatting to us about the current situation in Tshwane.